Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I feel like I'm glowing. Ready for the channel, yeah.
Yeah, we're ready to go. So today we're doing something not a little different, but we are gonna watch an old game of Pokemon. So this is a game that I I don't remember watching it, and you obviously haven't seen this either. But it's kind of a fucking hype set. EUIC is this weekend. It takes place in London, and I thought, hey, let's revisit some of the London games of old, and let's go real deep, right? To UK Nationals 2015 finals, Arash, the guy we've covered before, who's also a world champion, versus Marcus, who is honestly like, I don't know, dude. Would you argue that he's not? It might be one of the best. He's definitely the best European of. Is he one of the best Europeans of all time? Well, he's definitely one of the best Europeans of all time.
Both of these guys are one of the best Europeans of all time.
Yeah, and Marcus is still playing to this day. He's obviously friends with Wolf. He's popping off. He's doing he's still to this day cutting regionals. He won a regional 2 years ago. He's constantly in top cut. He's still a very, very talented player.
Yeah, and I also think that both of these guys, by the way, are UK national champions. I think.
I think they might be. They definitely are. But yeah, and Arash obviously at one point in his career did hit the Triple Crown. The first person to, I think the first and only person to ever have won. Well, I guess, no, Edu totally has the Triple Crown now. But Arash was the first person to win a regional, win a national, and win worlds. Funnily enough, he did it backwards, I'm pretty sure. I think the regional was the last, it was the last piece he did. But yeah.
That's so fun. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did it backwards. But obviously, Marcus, amazing player. But yeah, these are the teams. I don't have any information on the teams. I barely found this fucking video, so I'm kind of excited to watch it. I think these teams are pretty sick. Marcus with kind of like his trademark Kangaskhan Gengar shit that he ran all of 2014 and 15. And Arash with a sand team featuring his favorite Pokemon, Amoonguss.
Is it Japan Sand?
It's, yeah, I would say this is I think the Aegislash might, honestly, the Aegislash might be on there in Japan Sand too. No, because
I know they had Azu, right?
they had Azu. Azu was like the OG version of Japan Sand. This must be the OG version. So for those who do not know, Japan Sand was just a sand team from Japan. That's that's really it. It was a popular team on ladder, and it just has a lot of good typing and synergy. Obviously, Excadrill and Tyranitar synergize incredibly well with Salamence, and then you just kind of spam fucking Earthquake. Back then, Earthquake was a goat move. There was no bullshit grassy terrain or wide guard. I mean, there was wide guard, and wide guard is very good, but it was a little less common as it is now, you know?
Yeah, Sand was just a force to be reckoned with back then. Honestly, I'm surprised Excadrill was actually half decent because Landorus is just the goat, dude.
Landorus is good into all of these pieces, but obviously so is Azumarill is good into Landorus, and obviously Arash probably had to navigate through a ton of Landorus to get to this point. But yeah, I just thought, I mean, matchup-wise, what are you thinking here? I mean, Landorus is going to play a huge role, I imagine. Both Megas will probably show up here, because, again, Salamence is pretty good into Kangaskhan to a degree. Intimidating it is awesome, and you're faster than it, but Kangaskhan is Kangaskhan, dude. It can get going, it can start just going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, honestly, I think the matchup is. It seems like a lot of the matchups in 2015 is it's pretty playable. Whoever's gonna play better is gonna win. But I do like that Arash has an Amoonguss and Marcus doesn't. I feel like that's instantly putting on a lot of pressure. Back then, the sleep counterplay wasn't as strong as it is today.
That's true. I mean, we have access to Terra, we have safety goggles. Yeah, there's just a lot of. They had goggles, but yeah, and then it was more reliant on either killing it or running Taunt. Taunt was obviously a very strong move.
Or Lumberry on random shit.
Oh yeah, random Lum. And this will be closed team sheet. So again, we're going into this closed, and I mean, they probably had scouting networks. They probably kind of knew what each other were using, but for the most part, it is closed sheets. So let's hop into this battle.
Dude, this is lit. No team preview bullshit. Straight into the fucking action. We got Marcus versus Arash.
A world champion, Arash as well. All right, Salamence Amoonguss lead into the. I'm imagining fucking Kangaskhan. Oh, Aegislash Sylveon. Okay.
Oh, this is really good for Marcus. I feel like if Aegislash has substitute, dominant ass position, and I'm not sure what Sylveon goes for here, but I feel like you're happy for Marcus.
He is threatening, and also famously Aegislash at this time, there was a set called Billaslash which is Shadow Ball, Substitute Wide Guard, King Shield. So
I love Aegislash.
I think Marcus. I know Marcus was Aegislash here. It's a very cool, interesting set where they just rely on having that util, but also having Substitute, because Substitute is so good on Aegislash. It's so hard to break. It's so easy to set up. Aegislash was a dominant Pokemon for most of its career. It's absolutely nuts in this format. Easily one of the best Pokemon. If probably one of it probably gets close to like being the best. Obviously, besides the Megas.
I mean, I personally love Aegislash. And something to remember is that Spore went through King Shield. So clicking sub is actually a much better way to get around damage and Amoonguss. Whereas, like, you can't protect in front of Amoonguss. You're going to go to sleep.
Yeah, and then Salamence is just protecting here. Whoa, that's crazy.
Whoa, I didn't even know Amoonguss ran Sludge Bomb back then. It makes sense, though. Didn't have Pollen Puff.
No Pollen Puff.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were usually Giga Drain was probably the more popular Amoonguss move for a long time. Just made him a little harder to kill. Good grass coverage. But yeah, it must be... Sludge Bomb's a crazy move there. I guess maybe just setting up Sylveon to potentially go down to a Double Edge or whatever move.
Or Return or whatever they have.
Because, yeah, Salamence usually ran a normal move because its mega ability is Aerial 8, which turns normal moves into flying moves. So, Hyper Voice is a flying move. Double Edge is a flying move. Yeah, it just goes hard. A pretty good turn, though, I would say, for Arash. But Marcus got a free fucking sub. We take those. Both sides, honestly, I think are chilling.
Important to note that there are plenty of shinies on the field right
Holy fuck. That's a crazy move. That's a crazy move. Most of the time, the Salamences did not run that move, Flamethrower. It was usually
not Flamethrower very often. So it's maybe it's like a full special Salamence, which is like really good for Marcus.
Yeah, that's really good for Marcus. And also, I mean, I feel like this turn is pretty good for Arash here, though. He's going to get the Spore on Aegislash. It's going to fucking sleep. I really wonder why
I didn't realize Salamence was going to live that Hyper Voice.
Sometimes the Salamences did run negative special defense nature, didn't they?
Yeah, they ran naive. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. But this one is a timid. Or maybe modest, I guess. But it looks like it's timid, like all special. Probably running like Draco as its fourth move. So Sylveon's still not going to go down. It could just go to sleep here.
Yeah, but Amoonguss is slowly getting chipped. Sylveon is chilling, and Aegislash hasn't taken too much damage. Important to note, I guess another mechanic thing. Aegislash, when it is asleep, if it uses King Shield, it doesn't pop into King Shield, right? It stays as that blade form.
Oh, no, I thought it did.
Oh, did it? I think it does. I don't know. I don't remember. So either way, he's switching out, though. Sylveon's protecting.
Some boomers were.
Yeah, some boomers. But yeah, this is a really safe passive turn here. It's going to eat this Flamethrower up. Landorus easily.
Shit, dude.
I don't know why I was saying that fucking Aegislash could be the best Pokemon in the format when the GOAT's right there. Landorus, the best Pokemon in the format. I guess what is
Amoonguss. Like, there's a lot of ones.
The Salamence is pretty interesting being full special. It kind of makes sense in the Sand team, though, because the team is, like, almost all physical. So having that really strong mega special attacker is pretty lit.
Yeah, it's just crazy how much mileage Marcus has been able to get out of his Sylveon into, like, a T-Tar Excadrill Amoonguss team.
And, like, also into Amoonguss. This whole time, it's just chipping it down. It's chipping down Salamence. Like, this is lit. And, again, there's nothing really safe to switch in here. Like, I mean, Excadrill's going to take Hyper Voice, but it's still not going to love it. Shiny Excadrill.
Yeah. Oh, and it's Scarf Rock Slide, so Salamence is going down. Free Hyper Voice chip, a single target Hyper Voice onto Excadrill. And Excadrill's not the bulkiest boy in the land, so it's going to take a good bit.
A good 30%, right? Almost exactly. Okay. But now Landorus is locked into Rock Slide against Excadrill, which is pretty not lit. But in Tyranitar, okay. I feel like Marcus is still just in such a great spot. The only big thing here is Aegislash hasn't burned a sleep turn, so that guy is kind of worthless. But I think at this point you could probably even just switch him in and play really passively and let your get another Intimidate, and you're kind of in an amazing spot with Salamence going down. That was a big KO.
There's a whole ass fucking Kangaskhan in the back. Like, I think Marcus is in a great spot.
Oh yeah, the Kangaskhan.
As long as the Amoonguss doesn't get out of control. Just swap Lando out, and I think you're chilling.
And even with Regenerator, I think the Amoonguss won't get out of control because you can easily just start just pressuring it with Return. There's no Intimidate now because Salamence is gone and Mega Evolved.
No Intimidate. I don't know what moveset Kang's running, but it could have Power Punch, which is insane that it used to exist.
Also, even if it's not power up punch, low kick is threatening huge damage, if not just a KO on either of these guys.
That's pretty ridiculous. Kangaskhan is really broken, guys, and that's also why Landers T was so good. You
Double
need
rock
Intimidate.
slide. Double rock slide into Aegislash feels good. This guy's stats are absolutely absurd.
And it's got the leftovers, I'm sure. There you go.
Yup.
Steel type, no stand chip. Aegislash is just chilling like a villain. Now, if Arash gets even one turn wrong, like even like one part of a turn wrong, he's just getting zero mileage out of the game, like out of his Pokemon.
The big thing too is like you mentioned earlier, like the Sylveon got insane value this whole game, right? It helped kill Salamence, which is probably the most important KO, and it was just really good in the lead slot. Like Arash didn't lead to threaten it too badly. I don't know why he didn't spore it. I really don't. But oh my god, just pounding him with rock slides. If Sylveon moves here, it's actually just like, I mean, it's already probably GG, but yeah, this is even worse.
Despite the odds, Sylveon is ready to scream. Wow, that did a lot to T-Tar.
Of course, dude. Sylveon's a beast. Sylveon was really, really good. That stab fairy hyper voice was so good back then. I think Sylveon was a little bit slept on for a little parts of 2015, because it is just such
Fairy
a good
type introduced in 2015 or 14?
14 had the fairy types, but the issue is like Mega Mawile and Gardevoir were like the only two. Sylveon, we finally got a really good one, and then we also got Mega Gardevoir, which was also incredible in 2015. But Sylveon's the first like, I mean like really good fairy, but then obviously nowadays we have Fluttermane, we have the Tapus, we got really, really good fairies.
Dude, they went fucking nuts with them with the Tapus. They're like, here, have more.
Because I think fairy as a type is pretty balanced if it's not on legendaries, dude. The minute you give fairy types good stats, they're just the best Pokemon in the game. Because that's what kind of balances them. Most of the fairies are shitmons, like Gardevoir, Azumarill. They're really bad. Okay, we're taking a clean double KO here and chunking our Amoonguss. But worth, get him out of here. Keep Tyranitar alive. I mean, I don't know what Tyranitar is really going to do for you at this point. Because now Marcus can just spam Earthquake. But he doesn't really have an Earthquake partner because we're assuming the last Pokemon is Kangaskhan. But Kangaskhan also can just go nuts here.
It also doesn't matter. Like, even if you are EQing yourself, it should be totally fine. Like,
That's
EQ
the
should
thing.
sweep the whole board.
Kangaskhan, what makes Kangaskhan so broken is its bulk, its damage, its ability to set itself up with Power Up Punch, and its utility. It literally does everything. And it only has one weakness, which honestly fighting types kind of below, right? Like, what's the best fighting type in this format? Kangaskhan?
Kangaskhan, for real.
Yeah, because like literally
No,
they started to run low kick to like just kill each other. That's all it was for.
And Landers were running superpower. Like,
Yeah.
Kangaskhan was stupid. It hits twice, dude. And
It hits twice.
every move is helping handed. Like,
Do you think it's more broken than a Shifu?
dude, why are we comparing war crimes right now? Like, this is fucked up.
I do think so. In 2015, Genghis Khan is obviously at its peak, right? But they did nerf it in 2018, like when it 3 years later when it got re-released in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It did get nerfed. Instead of being 1.5, which is the equivalent damage of a choice band, it was 1.3, which is a life.
Dude, I remember that.
Yeah,
You're talking to me like I'm stupid.
I'm talking to the viewers, bro. They need to know.
No, I know. I'm just playing with you.
But yeah, so like it did get a little bit nerfed. Obviously, still a pretty good Pokemon. Not as good though.
Well, it still had some pretty solid results. He does EQ himself.
Let's go. This turn is actually, oh my god, that actually did nothing. At this point, I think Landorus just wins by himself. Like, he doesn't even need the broken Mega Kangaskhan. I actually think if he had Gengar or Rotom, he actually still won. Like, he didn't need Kangaskhan in this battle at all. This was a very dominant
Dude,
game for Marcus.
Levitate back then.
He did have Levitate, and Marcus was the Gengar guy. He won a national prior to this one with Gengar in 2014, and then ran it back with Gengar at Kangaskhan again in 2015. So yeah,
He's dominating this first game. Like, it's actually super clutch that he preserved his Lando HP when Arash was just double rock sliding. Because this is the entire win con now, just clicking EQ.
He did, like, Sylveon just set up perfectly Just an EQ sweep. That's all it needed to do. Now at this point, you just spam EQ again, and I guess you probably throw like a return into Kangaskhan. He goes for protect. He throws a sucker punch in Excadrill because he did protect last turn, so this is just a safe play.
Now it makes sense. Avoid getting flinched too.
Yep.
Like Amoonguss is gonna have to Rage Powder instead of Spore. Like it's actually a really smart play on Marcus's end to just lock it up.
And he goes for Spore. Kangaskhan. Oh, Landers goes to sleep. Sorry. So we are gonna see Kangaskhan actually get a KO here. That's sick.
Could it damage something? That'd be so cool.
It didn't actually do damage, did it? It just
Just
got.
the threat of him is enough. A
Yeah.
strong mother worries all.
Kangaskhan also was so toxic because its abilities were so nuts too. Dealing with Scrappy meant that it could. One of the best answers to Kangaskhan is Ghost types, but with Scrappy, it meant that it could actually like fake them out and stop them from wisping it or doing something for a turn. And then it also could run Inner Focus. So in a Kangaskhan mirror, it's not safe.
Modern Inner Focus.
Oh my god, dude! Kangaskhan can never come back. Modern Inner Focus is so good.
No Intimidate, that'd be broken. Back then, you could intimidate Inner Focus mons. There was no weird mechanic like that.
And then he also Kangaskhan, yeah, like I mentioned though, he couldn't fake Kangaskhan's out sometimes. Like they would purposely like not mega so they could fake out the partner while you faked out the Kangaskhan. It was nuts. Oh, Rocky Helmet Amoonguss is actually sick. Obviously Rocky Helmet Amoonguss is everywhere. It's super normal, but I would say back then not as popular.
No, items were a lot trickier back then, I want to say. Obviously, they didn't have the big berries just yet, but even then, it's like you needed a bunch of items for a Mungus counterplay, or just you just had more variants, I guess. I feel like the format was less centralized. Like Amoonguss ran Citrus, Rocky, Mental Herb, everything pretty much under the sun. You see crazy shit like Yachi Berry.
Yeah, because resist berries like nowadays, obviously with Terra, aren't even like in the game, but back then. They were so good. Like, it could just swing
Holy
a matchup.
shit. He switched it up completely for game 2.
He brought the Butter Bunny. This lead is even better for Marcus because I imagine that the Rotom is Gogs. I don't actually know. But either way, I mean, even if it's not Gogs, this is an amazing turn, right? You just get to overheat and sub. I feel like it's just super safe. Or if you're Goggles, just T-Bolt the guy so he can't set up on you. If you're Goggles, this is actually just like curtains, dude. This is so clean from Marcus as an adjustment.
If he's Goggles, it's beautiful, and if he's not,
It's
I don't
still
know.
okay.
+6 Azumarill looks a little scary.
Also, I gotta say, bringing Rotom to the Sand matchup, a little nuts from our boy Marcus here. That was wild.
Dude, he's kind of soul reading him. Let's be honest. He
I
just
think
won
he
game
is.
1.
I think
He's
he is.
slamming it on the table right now.
Okay, we're seeing Rage Powder. Dude, if this is a T-Bolt. Oh, it's a Wisp? Into Amoonguss. Okay, so definitely would have been.
This was actually a terrible turn in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. This is so good for Azumarill. And you have to run Overheat. Okay, Waterfall's crazy. Okay.
It's not Belly Drum. Do you think it's like AV or some shit?
Dude, I think it was something fucking weird. I don't
That's
think it was
just one
AV.
shot. Holy shit.
Okay, I gotta say, I think I'd rather be Arash here.
No, that was a great turn for Harash.
Amoonguss got burned, and we got a KO on Rotom. Kangaskhan comes in.
Yeah, Aegislash does have a sub up. Burn's also a little bit juicier than it is now, but it's not too meaningful, especially with the Rocky helmet. Like King doesn't love hitting with a double edge plus recoil.
Yeah, honestly, back then, holy fuck, burn was some serious shit. Like burning special attackers was very real, and you're kind of like you're popping off a little, you know? Like I'll take a burn on Amoonguss. Not in this case, but
yeah.
He also most likely is probably return, right? That HP on Kangaskhan tells me it's kind of bulky, no? If I'm remembering correctly. Well, actually,
I honestly do not remember.
I remember. Kangaskhan's max HP is 207. I used to be an HP god, right? So it's 207. So this actually is kind of fast. It's a little bit faster. I think it was 185 at its lowest.
What does being an HP god mean? Please.
I just
tell
know
me.
HP numbers really, really well.
Okay.
Because a lot of times HP numbers can tell you a lot. Obviously, like it basically gives away the spread most of the time here. But I think this Kangaskhan is like middling speed. It has some bulk. Anyways, it doesn't really matter here. This is a great switch from Arash, honestly. I think preserving the Azumarill is really nice. Oh yeah. Oh, something's going to fucking sleep here. This is Amoonguss's playhouse here. He's about to go nuts.
It's definitely just a spore into Kangaskhan. Getting the T-Tar in to aggro into Aegislash is really important. Obviously, Shadow Ball is like not doing much to either.
And yeah, this is the I mentioned earlier. This is the Aegislash. It only has Shadow Ball as its attacking move. Flash Cannon is really good on Aegislash, but this one opted for a more supportive set instead of the coverage, which is obviously amazing in some situations. But right here, into fucking Tyranitar, blows. Kangaskhan sleeping.
What if you had Sacred Sword? Just whips it out right now.
Dude, I ran Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword was good too, but
That's crazy.
I think Sacred
I
Sword.
like Toxic.
You're a freak for that. But also, Sacred Sword was sometimes people would run Shadow Ball, Sacred Sword, Substitute, Protect. That was a very common set as well.
No, that makes sense. You can actually hit Kangaskhan.
Because remember, Aegislash, most of the time, it kind of depends on your spread, but a lot of Aegislashes could opt to run Quiet as well, because its attack stat was base 150. So even if you ran Sacred Sword with no investment, it's still fucking one-shot shit, because, like, its ability stance change, and its attacks would flip and shit, like the stats would flip. So it didn't really matter. It just kind of would do a ton of damage, even if you were no investment. I ran Sacred Sword Shadow Ball at Worlds to get third.
This Pokemon's so beautiful. I just remember thinking like it has to be good, and I think for a while people weren't using it right or just weren't doing as well with it. It took a minute.
It took a minute, and Ice Punch is crazy there. Holy shit.
Why? Trying to catch the Lando?
Trying to catch the Lando. I respect that, dude. I respect that. So, Aegislash, I was actually one of the first people to use special Aegislash. Because at first, in singles, a lot of people were like, oh, SD, Shadow Sneak, Sacred Sword, so good. Because it only gets 3 special attacks in the entire game. Hidden Power, which can be any type, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Ball. That's it. It wasn't meant to be a special attacker. But obviously, that's how we ended up using it. But I was the first person at the regional. There were me and one other player who used special Aegislash to top cut that regional. And like I'm not gonna say I invented it because I didn't. I actually got it from Enosh. But and I think it was coming. Like people were working on it. But I think that and I don't think people really give a fuck about Colin Hire back then. But I think that I was one of the first people to use it. And like after that, like everyone just started. Like everyone kind of realized at the same time how broken it was. But yeah, for the first regional, a lot of people thought this Pokemon was really dog shit. I get really hyped about Aegislash. I love this Pokemon. He literally carried me through a lot of my 2014 season. So I love this guy.
It's just designed so well. It's so sick.
I think he's also not even I don't think he's broken. I think he's just fucking fun, dude. There's counterplay. His ability can sometimes fuck him, dude. He's so sick. So last turn was pretty bad for Arash. Got a little sidetrack there.
No, he fucked himself, dude.
He's doing it again, dude. He's doing it again. And Kangaskhan gets the first turn Wake there. It is going to absorb into the Amoonguss here. With that nice rocky helmet.
Yeah, no, that was really bad. I feel like if Arash just got a little bit more damage, the Kangaskhan might be down. Or at least break the sub on Aegislash. Like, he got 0 value out of the sleep turns. Also, and basically just let Marcus get away with
another special defense drop. Yeah, he also got special defense dropped prior, which is actually going to make the Shadow Ball a 2-hit when I don't think it would have been if he didn't get it. So now Aegislash does threaten to KO onto Tyranitar, even though it is.
That's true. It wouldn't be in Sucker Punch range either.
Yeah. Yeah, Kangaskhan is chilling here. And Aegislash, again, is now full HP behind a sub, by the way.
Giving Terapagos vibes right now.
He's going nuts. Aegislash is just spamming Shadow Ball for the entire battle. Like, I liked the way Arash played it, but Aegislash Marcus was like, dude, I don't give a fuck what you're doing to me, man. You can put Kangaskhan to sleep. I'm going to spam Shadow Ball until I win the game behind the substitute.
I mean, that is the beauty of sub. You don't have to go into your defensive form just to get an attack off. Like, before, you'd be like, oh, I have to King Shield attack, King Shield attack. Yeah. Marcus is just saying, like, okay, do whatever you want. You're not going to get enough out of this.
Azumarill's going to come back in here. Dude, I kind of think that the Azumarill was fucking choice banned. I think it's coming back to me. I think this is CB Azumarill.
That would make sense. The Waterfall one-shot, which... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it could just anyway, but switching it out immediately... I don't know. AV also makes some sense to me, but...
I think it does, yeah. But, I do think it was just, nuclear power Azumarill. Because huge power with choice band is pretty nuts. It goes kind of hard.
I mean, at this point, can you just Sucker Punch the King and,
The T-Tar
Sucker Punch the
and
T-Tar
Shadow
and
Ball.
just Shadow Ball.
I think you're allowed to do that, yeah. I think you just split the moves too, right?
I think you can double T-Tar, but I'm not really sure of the set either. So,
Dude, I think it's Scarf Tar. I think it's Scarf Tar because that's why he kept. Yeah, it's definitely Scarf
ice
Tar.
punching.
That's why he kept ice punching. Yeah.
Damn, and no Salmon Spring for Mirage this game.
No Summons is nuts. Okay, he does Sucker Punch, which I think was the best play. And he's gonna go for Jet. He's gonna take down Kangaskhan. That's valid.
Yeah, that's probably the best possible turn for Arash. But Shadow Ball is probably still doing like 40%.
Wow, that was like
Wow, it's
30.
such a book here.
He fucking.
Maybe
ate.
it is AV.
Maybe it is, dude. I don't remember.
That took way too little.
That was actually nuts. Well, we'll know in a sec here, right? But I mean, I'm thinking it's AV because AV might sound better because double choice is kind of crazy, but also like Scarf Tar is nasty work, right? It's so good into Charizard. It's even pretty good into stuff like Kangaskhan. Being able to just hit it with a low kick before it moves is really nice.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's non-Scarf Lando, it's good into Thunderous. Well, obviously you can get T-Waved and shit. But like,
I forgot Rotom died. Wait, Arash is actually in such a goated spot. We might be going to game 3 here.
I'm honestly not certain right now. I think
I don't know if he can get through Aegislash in time is the only issue. I think Aegislash is the guy here, but I don't know because if it is just even if it's AV, you can just even if it's Azumarill should just live the turn no matter what. Oh, we're switching.
I think you should just EQ Shadow Ball and then spam Wide Guard is my problem.
It's so banded, dude. It's so banded, Azumarill.
Oh, then Jet could kill.
Yeah, I think you switch out, let the Tyranitar go down, hit a Jet, and then you probably win.
Dude, did you see me? I called his play exactly.
You did. But I think that Arash's play covers for this and you win the game.
No, Arash made the perfect play by protecting Excadrill there and getting rid of the Intimidate drop.
Ooh.
Do we think Jet kills the Lando?
If it doesn't, why are we using this Pokemon, right? You know what
That's
I'm saying?
That's a good point. Because I think you just King Shield, EQ, and then... Is Excadrill Sash? That would make sense if it is.
I'm thinking it was. I don't know. We would have saw Life Orb. I'm thinking it's got to be Sash. Sash is a great item. So, because we saw Scarf T-Tar for sure. Azumarill I'm still up in the air on. If it one-shots Landers, I'm thinking it's banned. Arash taking his sweet, sweet time to send in this last Pokemon here.
Maybe thinking about a potential Game 3 strategy or like a timer win, even though I don't think that's really feasible here.
I think Arash just managed to sneak this one out. This game is like actually really, really tight margins though.
2015 was kind of sick. I don't know.
I think it's pretty sick. I mean, I think this game was played well by Marcus to a degree, but like I thought Marcus was in a good spot the whole time, but I kind of just forgot Rotom died, which I think losing the Pokemon turn 1 did kind of suck.
Now the turn 1 was 2 cheeks, like especially if it's not Belly Drum Azu, I don't even think you need to bring the Rotom. Like I think you just need to come up with a better game plan with your other guys.
Yeah, especially because it wasn't Googly Eyes either, so like it just kind of sucks. I think it's just Citrus Rotom. Citrus Rotom is just so good.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, I think everyone was just running Citrus plus Wisp for Kangaskhan.
Or Citrus was just really, really important for Kangaskhan. Yeah, not that it could one shot, just healing can make it a 3-hit.
Exactly, especially after the Wisp. So this turn, like, is there any move other than King Shield EQ?
God damn, he was so sick when he would flip around like that too. If only King Shield looked a little.
His aura is
cooler.
crazy. He moves so sick.
Okay, here comes the Aqua Jet. Is this fucking banned? Oh no! What? That went negative.
I think it's AV, dude.
Okay, it is Sash Extra, so he has to get the read here, and he has to Ironhead the Landers, which he does.
That's beautiful.
That's good.
But it lives because Excadrill sucks.
I think Aegislash, by the way, Aegislash's defense are off the chart. He easily takes an EQ here. It's like almost...
He also has Wide Guard, dude.
I know, but I'm saying like, I think that when it comes to Excadrill, or to Aegislash, I can't think of what was one-shotting him outside of like Charizard in the sun, right? This guy like
Or like
literally lives
overheat,
everything. Yeah, overheat from
yeah,
Rotom maybe. Even then, I think
heat
he might
tram or
live.
some shit.
Yeah, this dude is just so good.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think if you're Marcus, you just want to Shadow Ball or sub the Azumarill, I think, right?
Excadrill's gonna go for protect. I think he needs to
Oh,
get
or
this play
Wide Guard, I
wrong.
guess.
So he's gonna Aqua Jet. He
No,
needs to
Wide
get this.
Guard actually never matters.
No, Wide Guard's never the play. He needs to Shadow Ball the Excadrill if Arash is gonna have a chance here. Because if he kills Azumarill, he just wins. Because then
No,
you
but it
just.
never really matters either because if he EQs himself, like
Oh.
you just this Azure just dies.
Also, this is kind of a weird game because can't they always just like stagger protects, right? Like Aegislash is in shield sword form, then it goes to shield, then Excadrill protects. Then when it's in sword form, Excadrill EQs, and then he just king shields, right? Doesn't it go infinite here?
It could, but then he could sub.
That's true. He could sub
He
on the
could just
turn.
Wide Guard.
Yeah, it does get kind of interesting. Because the only way you switch to sword form is if you press an attacking move. So wide guard doesn't actually change you to the sword form. So if you wide guard, you stay as the shield form if you're in that form already. Excadrill's gonna go for a double.
Whoa, what? He didn't even King Shield? Why did he do that?
That was sick. That was sick.
So I'm guessing Arash realized
he
he was
called
gonna
it.
King Shield.
Yeah, he
And
called
so
the king
he's like,
shield.
I'm not gonna EQ myself to kill the Azu. Because Marcus is always gonna King Shield there.
I think he should have rock slide at least though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a crazy play, man.
Because now we're in this situation where Marcus potentially just goes infinite and wins on time, right? Because you just always king shield and
Dude, he
protect.
did just win on time. The battle's over.
Oh my god.
That was so unnecessary.
So then you just
Oh
wide
my
guard.
God.
You just wide guard. You wide guard win the game. Oh no, you don't even need to. The game's over.
Yeah, no, but Arash could have protected.
Wow.
Oh no, he couldn't have. Dude, this was crazy. That was actually a crazy game. I can't stop thinking about that end game because what was the win con there for Arash?
I think he had to EQ on that turn. That was the only way to win, right? Because on this turn, if he EQs and kills his own Azumarill, this guy's in sword form and it dies. So, oh, dude, that's so interesting because also,
Then the
wouldn't,
timer if he King Shields.
but if he king shields, then Mean wins, right?
Yeah, that's what. No, Mean doesn't win if the EQ goes off.
Oh, if he has, yeah, you're right. So he just protects because if Marcus king shields, he loses always, unless he
Yeah, we
side
forgot about the
EQs.
timer aspect.
But if he
Because of the timer, it became a 50-50.
yeah, because if he EQs his own Azumarill, then he's down Pokemon and down HP, so he loses. But if he doesn't EQ on that turn and Marcus King shields, Arash wins. Holy fuck,
I
that
think
was
you just go for the flinch that turn, I guess.
That was
You
such
never
a-
just protect, yeah.
that was such a crazy turn. Wow, I wasn't
That
watching the
was
timer the whole
beautiful.
time. That was sick. That was fucking sick. What an ending.
Oh my
dude.
god.
And then
Also, I
obviously,
was wrong. Arash won German Nats.
okay. Marcus did win this tournament. Obviously, we saw him win. But yeah, he won UK Nats. Oh my god, that was sick. That was a sick endgame. Marcus played that so well. I thought we had a game 3 on our hands. I didn't realize we were going to fucking timer.
Cause he's such a beast, dude. That's my hot take. That's my pick for EUIC this year. Marcus is winning it all.
I can't complain with results like this. That was just expertly played by Marcus the whole time. He was just balancing the timer and the aggression, and he was timer stalling the whole time, and we didn't even realize it as we were watching it. That was nice.
That was beautiful execution.
That
It
was
a
beautiful
dance.
Pokemon. That was literally the whole time. Like Aegislash is so cool because he is such like a dancing Pokemon, and like it felt like he was just slow dancing around Arash, just slowly working him into a position to win the game. And then he goes for an insane read on the last turn, stays in Blade form. If Arash just EQs, the game's over. Doesn't fall for it, kills a Sumarel, and wins the tournament.
That's a way to win 2-0 in finals, dude.
That's like when you think about winning Worlds or winning a huge tournament, this is how you want to do it with just pure and utter swag, dude. That was so nasty.
I'm gonna dream about this tonight, dude. No glaze though.
That was sick. I literally didn't even see it coming. We just were not paying attention to the timer. Fuck, that was nice. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed this sick ending from Marcus. Thank you for joining me, Raghav.
Of course, and thank you guys for 5 mil. We're trying to hit 6 by the end of the week.
We'll see you guys next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Peace.